Longer time spent staring into screens is leading teens to feel depressed. That's according to a study out of San Diego that polled more than 500,000 American teens. Teen girls were especially affected by prolonged screen time. To tell us more about this is CTV's medical contributor, Dr. Marla Shapiro. Good morning, Dr. Marla. I'm just going to get right to it. What is it about being on social media, all that screen time, that is leading people, young people, to feel this way?
So we think that there's an association. If you first look at the trends, and that's what this study did, and 500,000 is a large number, looking between 2010 to 2015. And if we look at what's happening to suicide rates over that period of time and suicidal thoughts, it's absolutely overwhelming, at least to me, and startling. So if we look at some of those numbers, the numbers look like there's been, this sense of related suicide outcomes, feeling hopeless, thinking about suicide, planning for suicide, attempting suicide, and then the numbers that have attempted in that last line, up to 65% in terms of what we've seen in the suicide rate. That's an unbelievable statistic. And the number of teen girls reporting those symptoms of severe depression that we've just looked at increased by 58% over this period of time. And then you're right, when they looked to see what was different, certainly not the economy. The economy was improving over that period of time. They found the correlation between screen time.
And how much time? Did they boil it down?
Yeah. So if, in fact, you were about 4 to 5 hours a day, that was the group that had a significant increase in those sensations of depression or suicide risk, as compared to 1 to 2 hours a day, which seemed to be a safe window or period of time. And I know that seems like a lot of time, 4 to 5 hours, but it really isn't in terms of, how often do you see teens looking at that phone? It feels like 24/7. They sleep with the phone, they're on the phone, and that correlates to some of those findings that we're seeing.
Why are girls more susceptible to these feelings than boys?
So I think we have to postulate, but I think teenage girls in general are a very vulnerable age in terms of body image, in terms of their sense of self-esteem, in terms of sense of self-worth. The study found that those girls who are more involved in any other type of activity, and you can think about anything that was on that list, activities of physical sports, exercise, social clubs, anything at all, religious activities, they did not see that type of increase. So it does lead to the sense that social media and the images that you see and the short words that you see, it looks like a perfect universe out there.
Yes, it does.
That you may not have.
What's the takeaway then? Because parents are going to hear this and think, should I take my teen's phone or computer or iPad, whatever it is, away from them altogether?
I think it's all about everything in life, as we say, is in moderation. I mean, in general, what the study found is 1 to 2 hours seem to be a safe window. Above and beyond that means that you're investing all this time in screen time that perhaps you could be investing in something else. So it may be too punitive to say I'm taking away your screen time, as opposed to encourage your teenage girl, particularly teenage boys as well, to become more involved in any other type of outside activity that's going to mean you're going to have to put your phone down. So you think about teenage boys in Canada loving hockey and being on the ice. You're not on your social media when you're doing something like that. So I think it's about finding something that you can be involved in that's going to take you away from that little universe, that little screen that maybe is not a reflection of life in general.
Right. And to that point, I'll just add, and maybe keep that conversation going, that it's not reality out there.
And your sense of self-esteem is a reflection of who you are, and that's something that you as a teen need to develop independently. Yes, keep the conversation going.
All right. Dr. Marla, appreciate it. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.